everybody, and welcome back to Hop Takes here on Milwaukee Beer Review. As always, I'm Josh.
I'm Ross.
And tonight we have a special brewery on tap, first time on the channel, and we are going to be checking out a couple of different beers, a couple of unique beers, one for each of us, from a brewery out of Door County, Wisconsin, called Peach Barn. Now, Mr. Ross, you brought these back on your last trip to Door County. You want to tell us a little bit about Peach Barn and what they're all about?
Yeah, so Peach Barn is up in Sisters Bay, up in Door County. So it's about halfway up the peninsula on the north or west coast, I guess whatever you want to call it. It just opened up in the last 24 months or so. Real unique kind of a place. So it's in a barn for the most part. They kind of took the inside of the barn, turned it into a brewery. And then the outdoor area is really big. It's really unique. Got like a fire pit, all these different seating areas. It's actually right basically in the head brewer's backyard. So his house is on the other side of the outdoor area. But it's a real unique kind of a place. A nice kind of change of pace from the other breweries up in Door County. Real good spot. If you guys, anyone who travels up there, definitely make sure you check it out. It's a real nice spot. It's not far out of the way at all. It's kind of not too far out of Egg Harbor and just north or just south of actually no, it's in Sisters Bay, so it's just south of L. Johnson's if you guys ever been there. So
Very cool. Lots of unique and neat little breweries popping up in the Door County area. So plenty of places to find a decent beer up there at this point. So Ross, why don't you tell us what you're drinking from Peach Barn?
So I have the Mare. This is a Pilsner. If I remember right, and I could be wrong, but I think this is actually kind of a nod to A.J. Dillon, who is the mayor of Door County, for those of you who don't know that.
I did
Given
not.
the community being called the mayor. I could be wrong on that. It's got a nice little saying on the side, though. I figured this was funny. Is this Pilsner sings like a perfect pass at Lambeau where the Bears still suck. So I thought that was kind of unique. But no, this is one where the brewer's telling us this is one he's real proud of, and he says like this is one I really like to make because in a Pilsner you can't really get away with flaws. The Pilsner is what it is. You can't hide it with other adjuncts or anything. It is what it is. So if there's anything wrong with it, you'll kind of taste it in the beer. So Pilsner's pretty straight up. Nothing overly unique in the color. It's a little hazier, but for the most part, it's nice, clear, transparent. Looks like a Pilsner with a really bad pour on my part, but nothing new there.
Everybody's used to it.
Yeah, I know. Just got a small, foggy haziness to it as opposed to other Pilsners. For the most part, it's exactly what you expect. You'll nose on the head of this, but it smells like a Pilsner. I mean, little sweetness to it. No hop, no bitterness really at all. Just kind of a straight up Pilsner, kind of exactly what you expect. Nice kind of crisp sweetness to it. So we'll give this a shot.
Cheers.
So very refreshing. It tastes like a Pilsner. There's no fluffs to it. There's no adjuncts. It's kind of one of those like this is what beer tastes like. This is it. It's beer completely stripped down. But it's got a nice crispness to it. It's got a nice little slight sweetness to it. Kind of I don't want to say caramel, but it's got kind of like a tinge of a caramel sweetness to it. I guess is the best kind of way to put it. Very refreshing. This would be a great like tailgate beer. I mean, it's perfect for like a sunny day out in the parking lot. And again, to the brewer's point, like you can't hide any flaws in this, and I don't taste any flaws. I don't taste any sort of off taste. I don't taste anything that would suggest that something went wrong in the brewing process. Just it's exactly how you want it to taste. It's your classic, your Miller Lights, everything kind of on steroids with that Pilsner taste to it. So no, it's really well done. It's really good, really refreshing. Strongly recommend this if you guys are looking for just something nice and light to kind of drink throughout the day. So
what I'm hearing
in at a 4.4%. So
what I'm hearing you say is you like this beer style so much that you would like to have an entire advent calendar filled with them over the Christmas holiday season this year, correct?
They have to be done correctly. I don't trust Costco to do them correctly, so absolutely not.
I mean, they were done correctly. I mean, they did a pretty good job of making them all taste exactly the same. So, got to give them some credit there.
I would
Consistency.
love to drink a couple of these right in a row before a Packer or a Brewer game. I would not like to drink one a night for an entire month.
Fair. No, good stuff. I mean, it is a staple, right? If you can brew those staple beers really, really well, that's a great sign for your head brewer. It's a great sign for your brewery because it just, you've got a lot more flexibility from there. If you can brew those core beers well, you're in good shape. So awesome. So I have a little bit crazier of a beer. Not really crazy, but the one that you brought here for me is the Highway 42 Cherry Sour from Peach Barn. So fancy little red label on here. The little statement that they like to make on this can is heart swells passing orchards and putt-putt places, anticipating the bay's lake bed, blue cherry blossoms, and amazing summers packed with lifelong memories. So if you don't know, Door County is known for their cherries. It's one of the super popular things up there and reasons to go. So this is kind of a cool beer to check out from Peach Barn. Should have some Door County cherries in here. Now, I am not a sour fan, typically. I do appreciate a really well done sour. So we'll see how I feel about this one. So let's pour this thing into the glass here. So this thing is coming out kind of a light red cherryish color, which is not surprising. Nice kind of off-white head on that sour, but definitely dark, right? Almost bordering on amber a little bit, if you see that in the light. But I think that's red coloration, likely from the cherries in this sour. So to the nose we go. Definitely cherries in there. It's actually a little lighter on the cherries than I was expecting. The nose is pretty subdued on this beer. But I'm getting a decent amount of cherry, and that's what I would expect on this, right? I'm not expecting any crazy bitterness. It's a sour, so looking for that tart characteristic. But it smells like cherries. Here we go. Wow. So, hi Gretchen. So this is definitely the kind of saying hi. This is definitely the kind of sour that I want to drink. This is not overly sour. It's not crazy sour. It's just very, very drinkable. It's definitely got a bit of a tartness to it. What you get right up front is exactly what we talked about. You get that cherry character right up front on the front end. The beautiful part about this is it's like a fresh cherry characteristic to it. So you kind of get like a dark cherry note out the back end of it. So it really kind of develops on your tongue. Yeah, it's like it starts off like a pretty standard cherry note, and then it morphs kind of into this dark cherry, and then the tart really comes through on the back end of the beer, and it finishes with this dark tart cherry note. This is really, really good. Probably one of the better sours that I think I've had. And now, if you're a traditionalist and you're looking for something to really kind of blow your socks off from a tartness perspective, from a sour perspective, this is not that beer. But if you want something that's easy drinking, I can imagine sitting in front of the lake in Door County having a couple of these like wine style. Like that's the type of category that this fits into. This is an excellent beer. As far as a rating on this, I'm giving this a 4.25. And I don't give a lot of sours a score that high. I'm giving this a 4.25 on Untappd. Swinging back to you for the Pilsner, I don't think you gave it a rating.
I didn't. It's a pilsner, so we're not talking anything like extravagant. I'm gonna give it a 3.5, and a real solid 3.5. I really enjoy the beer. It's a no fluffs beer. Again, it doesn't really. It's not gonna blow your socks off, but it's a well made beer. It's refreshing. Um, it's it's just a nice kind of just sipper and kind of a crushable beer. And that's the one thing. What kind of what you said, and what I'm drinking here, and what I've had up there. Um, that's one thing I think Peach Barn does really well is everything they have, they're just refreshing. They're kind of like you can easily have a couple of them or have multiples of their beers. There's nothing that's gonna be like overly filling or like completely weighted down. Even their stout that they had on tap, oh, it's really good. It wasn't my favorite stout. It had like nice little smoky to it, but it was kind of like it's still like a lighter stout and everything. They just do a good job, just kind of it's you can definitely go there, have a few, and then definitely go out and have your fish boil or go wherever you want after that to get some dinner. And you're not going to feel completely full or anything. So it's a really nice spot. I strongly recommend checking out if you guys are up in Door County, whoever, either you guys or who's ever watching. It's a really cool spot and fun little spot too. We got there a little early. I think we were the first people there that day, so we didn't really see that many people, but super nice bartender. Saw the head brewer, got to talk to him for a short while, but just good people.
Yeah, really good stuff. Have yet to be up there to be able to check them out, but definitely like what I'm tasting here so far. So excellent stuff. Glad to get them here on the channel. Peach Barn out of Door County. Great stuff. So check us out on the rest of our social media channels. We are on Untappd. We are on Twitter. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. Also here on YouTube. So like, comment, and subscribe. We would love for all of you to receive the amazing content we are putting out on a weekly basis. So thanks for watching, and we'll see all of you in a future Milwaukee Beer Review episode.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.